I'm pretty sure the best thing that came out of this crap was this meme.
What are you doing in my swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Sober Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1997 movie Speed 2 Cruise Control. The movie is directed by Jan de Bont, who had also done the first movie, and is written by Randall McCormick and Jeff Nathanson, from a story by Jan de Bont and Randall McCormick. And this movie follows Annie from the first Speed movie, played by Sandra Bullock. She's going on a cruise with her new boyfriend, Alex, played by Jason Patric, when a madman hacks into the computer system on the ship and sets it to at full speed to go towards this big ocean liner thing that will make it explode, that he's wanting to get revenge on people on that ship, and it ends up going, and the rest of the movie is just them trying to stop the ship from crashing into that. This movie is just, it's one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. It's just absolutely horrible. I saw it once a few years ago, and I remember thinking, man, this movie sucks. And then I rewatched it, and it was even worse than I remembered. The cast in here, with the exception of William Dafoe, who plays the villain Geiger, all are pretty terrible in here. Even Sandra Bullock, who I'm a huge fan of, I can't really defend her either. Everybody in this movie just was absolutely horrible. Of course, they didn't really have anything to work with either, so you can't really fully blame the cast. But it just, they were not very good. Sandra Bullock has said in interviews and stuff that she did this movie to get funding for one of her other movies that came out a year or two later. I think it was Hope Floats, which if it is, then at least she got funding for a movie that I thought was really, really good. I loved Hope Floats. But this movie just, oh my god, it was so bad. The dialogue in here is just some of the cringiest, worst dialogue I've seen in a movie. It makes George Lucas's dialogue in the Star Wars prequels look like something Quentin Tarantino wrote. It's like that bad. The dialogue is just absolutely horrible. The chemistry between Sandra Bullock and Jason Patric is terrible. They have no chemistry at all together. And Jason Patric isn't really a bad actor, but he's no Keanu Reeves, and I gotta say, Keanu Reeves was really, really smart for passing on this movie, even though it did mess up his deal with 20th Century Fox. Like, for a long time they wouldn't hire him for any movies because of this movie, and I've got to say that I don't blame him one bit for not wanting to come back for this movie. He probably read I think I heard that he read the script and he didn't like it, but I mean, he was very, very smart for not coming back for this movie. I completely understand why he didn't. But Jason Patric is an alright actor, but he's just not Keanu Reeves. He's not, like, doesn't really fit into this type of role and everything. And even though he's not playing Keanu Reeves' character, because it's written into the dialogue at the beginning of the movie when Annie's doing a terrible test drive and everything, driving like a maniac, you would think that she would be able to drive good, which I know that was a little joke that happened in the first movie, that she had lost her license because she was a crazy driver. But anyway, the beginning of the movie, she's taking a driver's test and she's explaining to the driver that their relationship didn't work because of of it starting out in extreme circumstances and everything, which is really dumb. It was just pretty much their way of finding a way to dismiss Keanu Reeves from the story. But I didn't like Jason Patric. I thought he was just okay. He's not a bad actor. He's been in other good movies and has done good in other movies, but he just was not very good in this movie. Like I said, really the best part as far as the acting goes is Willem Dafoe. He's over the top as the villain Geiger, but he does a really good job playing him. I thought that he was a lot of fun to watch. He was like really crazy over the top, and like especially like towards the end of the movie when he's fixing to get defeated, he has this crazy laugh, and he's just really good. And like I said, the meme that came out of this movie with his crazy looking face, that is probably the best thing about that has anything to do with this movie. And I will admit that Mark Mancina's score was pretty good too. He had like this Jamaican style score, and I thought that was pretty good too. I won't deny that was good. And some of the special effects are good in here. Some of them are really good, and some are really bad. Like there's some really extremely terrible CGI, especially in underwater shots. It just looks really, really cringy bad. But there are some really cool scenes too, and like the scene when the ship crashes into the island, it's kind of cool, but it wasn't worth waiting almost 2 hours to get to see that scene. And this movie is way too long. It should have been at least maybe an hour and a half or so. Instead it's like 2 hours and 4 minutes, but it drags on really bad. It's like really slow. None of the passengers on the ship are really likable, except for maybe this girl named Drew, who's like a teenage girl that's deaf. She's kind of likable, but they don't really do a lot with her either. And this movie was everything that the first movie wasn't. It's not really fun. The pacing is terrible. The action is not very good. It's not a very good movie. So I'd give Speed 2 Cruise Control a 1 out of 10, and the only reason it gets the 1 is because of the score and Willem Dafoe. Really, besides that, there ain't really anything about this movie that makes it worth watching. I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you're a big fan of the first one. I'd just say skip this one altogether. If you're like a completionist on seeing, like, if you want to see everything that Willem Dafoe's in, then it's worth watching for him. But if you don't want to see it, I don't blame you. It's definitely not worth checking out. It's just a really terrible movie. But let me know in the comments what you think of Speed 2 Cruise Control, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.